All right, so we're here at the newly established E.O. Wilson Land Between the Rivers Preserve, down between the Alabama River and the Tom Bigby River. And I'm here with Brooks Bonner, who's with the E.O. Wilson Biodiversity Foundation, right?
That's right. That's
And
right.
what's your title?
Program director.
Okay, for some reason I cannot remember that all
It's
the past
a tough
2 days.
one. I get it.
I know, but so we're down here exploring the property, and this place is 8,000 acres, right? And it's being managed by TNC. And so we're here with those guys too. Rob and Jason have been showing us around for the past 2 days. We're about finished up on the second day, but it's been really awesome. Lots of really mature bottomland hardwoods. You'll probably, I don't know if you'll have a lot of this type of habitat, and maybe on the eastern coast of North Carolina.
Yeah, maybe.
But
we definitely don't have areas this big that flood like this place does.
yeah, the whole place will be underwater in the wintertime when those two rivers get high. And so that's why the ground looks like this behind us, just really bare. And it's not like that everywhere. You know, there's some green. You'll see some green patches. But most of it is like this. But I guess y'all have, I guess in the coming weeks, you'll be renaming this place, right? And it'll officially renaming it, correct?
Yeah, so September 18th and 19th, we're going to have the official dedication of the preserve and the naming, as you mentioned earlier, the E.O. Wilson Land Between the Rivers Preserve. And, you know, it was always a dream of E.O. Wilson's to have a preserve in this part of Alabama where he spent so much time growing up that really, you know, inspired him as a young person to be the naturalist that he became. And
yeah, that's a big deal.
yeah,
It's a big deal because this is like one of his life goals, I guess, to see parts of, you know, these rivers here in South Alabama forever protected and preserved, because there is so much biodiversity here.
absolutely.
And that's something y'all are working with too, with a Half Earth project, right?
Right. So the Half Earth Project is really our principal effort, where we're looking to set aside 50% of land, 50% of the ocean to safeguard the bulk of biodiversity. And we do that primarily through an open access digital map called the Half Earth Project map, where you can go and explore species, where you can find them, kind of what their level of stewardship is, so that we can identify places that really we should be prioritizing conservation efforts, so we can have the most kind of bang for our buck, or the most impact on the species that actually need our stewardship.
Yeah, I think that's really important in our country right now with the land and land use is changing so rapidly. We need to have the best approach, and the best way to do that, I feel like, is having that rating scale of, you know, somewhat like finding the most biodiverse locations and focusing on those first. And that, like you said, that's where we're going to get the best bang for the buck. And so that's pretty exciting that y'all are doing that. And that's something E.O. Wilson's been, I guess he kind of inspired the Half Earth Project, right?
Absolutely. One of his last books was entitled Half Earth. It was around this kind of idea of research that he did as a younger scientist around island biogeography, where if, you know, we can set aside enough land, then we can really safeguard those species, but also safeguard those ecosystems that we rely on as well as humans, because we are also biological creatures.
Yeah, a lot of people would probably say that that's a crazy endeavor. That's a really big dream. But I don't think it should be something that we see as crazy, you know? I think it should be normal to protect half of the planet that we're a part of. And so, I don't know, it's cool to see that, you know, that is such a big thing to try to achieve, but, you know, y'all are taking steps to at least point us in that direction. It's really inspiring.
Yeah, we hope to inspire people. I think that's a big part of our messaging, and I think E.O. Wilson inspired me, you know, as a young student, you know, helped me kind of think about the world in a different way, and helped me, you know, he did such a great job of explaining nature in a way that was digestible and understandable for someone who wasn't a scientist, right?
Yeah.
And so I think we try to kind of take some of that inspiration and put it into a map, so we can kind of identify where we should be focusing our efforts, because it can feel, you know, the extinction crisis, the biodiversity crisis can feel overwhelming at times. And so this is a kind of our way of trying to focus where we should be focusing our efforts to hopefully have the greatest impact.
Yeah, you're building a map of navigation to kind of help us find our way through what the, you know, everything that's changing in the world right now. So that's pretty cool.
Right.
But man, it's been a great couple days. This place is awesome. It's your first time seeing it as well.
Yeah, it's my first time down here, and I'm loving it. And I'm already thinking about, how do I get back here?
Yeah, yeah. Well, y'all will be back down here soon, I think, won't you? So,
Yeah.
But anyways, appreciate you guys watching this. Hopefully, you got to see a lot of cool stuff that this place has to offer, and it's definitely a place that's worth protecting. And hopefully people will be able to see this one day. I mean, it's protected now, so generations and generations from now should be able to come out here and see this place intact and still wild. So
Absolutely.
that's I think what everybody in our field wants to do. So it's pretty cool.
Right, and it's a great way to honor kind of E.O. Wilson's legacy, is to set this land aside and to manage it in a sustainable way, so that these species can continue to exist and inspire us in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, appreciate it, y'all, and we'll hopefully be back down here in the future.
Sounds good to me.
Yep, we'll see you.
Yep.